Hello there, you beautiful people, and welcome to this section on the special sounds of the letter I. Before we get started, let's have a quick review of what we have just learned. So we know in a pinyin family, we have the fathers and the mothers. We got 21 different fathers here and 38 different mothers. And if we do the math, we combine them together, we got around 800 different combinations. And lucky for us, we're only going to use half of those. Why? Let's have a look at this table. So this is the combinations of the initials and finals. And this table, you see, it covered everything you are going to use in Mandarin pronunciation. So you might notice on this table there are some areas empty, which simply because we do not have these sounds in Mandarin. Of course, you can pronounce them technically, but at nowhere you are going to use those sounds. So we are not going to learn those sounds. So that just leave us about 400 different combinations. And if you combine them with these 4 different tones, remember the kids, we got the high tone, the high flat tone, and then we got a rising tone, a dipping tone, and a falling tone. And another one is just no tone at all, it's called neutral tone. So if you combine all those pinyin, those combinations with different tones, that's everything you're going to speak, pronounce in Mandarin. Easy. But of course, it can be tricky because some sounds is new to you or you're not familiar with the sounds. So that takes some time to remember, to practice. All right. So before we move forward, I want to introduce you just one more letter. And this letter is the mother I. And in English, it's called I, but in Mandarin, in the pinyin system, and pronounced like E. We already know that. And we can see some examples we have already learned. So, for example, the first sound will be, you try? Okay, how did you find it out? The first one is I. Second one, hi. Third one, gay. Next one, meow. Meow is actually the sound of cat in Mandarin. Meow. And the last one, jing. So we know it pronounced like E in all those sounds and so on. But if you see the I appears in those combinations, they are not pronounced like E anymore. They pronounce something different. So now, please pay attention to the sounds. It can be tricky to many of you. They sound very similar. The first one, zhi. So you see, it's not like G, it's zhi. So the I is like sounds. The second one, chi. Next one, shi. And the last one, Okay, so if you find the sounds, the difference between zhi, chi, shi, you can't find the difference between them, just stay with me for a few more minutes. We are going to address this very soon, just like after this, right after this. Before that, we have another 3 combination you need to notice, to learn is this yellow ones. they also pronounce different. The first one is z, 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 z. Okay, next one. C, c, c. Next one. S, s, s. Cool. So everything you need to know on this page is that the letter I have 3 different pronunciation. Most time it pronounced like E, like you can say on the first line. If it appears in the second lines, it pronounced like Z, G, Z sounds. So actually you don't need to remember the sound exactly. Just try to remember how to pronounce them in ZHI, CHI, SHI, and RI, because that's the only place you're going to use it. And same for ZI, CI, and SI. Okay, so what the sounds of those tricky pronunciation? Let's do it. Let's just learn those sounds. For the orange one, let's do the first sound first. Try to curl your tongue back and you can pronounce it. Next one. Next one. Last one. Okay. So you still find it difficult to pronounce. If you still find it difficult to pronounce, I prepare something for you. So I remember when I was learning English at the very beginning, I can't pronounce those sounds of those like letters. It's new to me. So I put, actually a lot of Chinese students will do this. They put the Chinese characters underneath the English letters. So try to remember how they sound. So here, I did the same things for you. I make some English note for those sounds you're not familiar with. They are not exactly same, but they are similar enough. So hopefully, it can help you to speak, to read those sounds. So for the I found the English letter, English words, rice. The beginning of the rice. Okay. For Zhi, I found the George. And the end of George. But it's not like G. You say Zhi instead. For Chi, it's pretty much the same, this one. It's chili pepper, chili, chi. For Shi, it's shower, the beginning of shower, shi. Cool. And if still find it's difficult, I have one more thing to prepare for you. So this is the picture of our mouth, and the red part is the tongue. So it's on the side. So if you look at this picture, all those 4 pronunciations, you got exactly same tongue positions. So you say the tongue, you curl it back and touch the ceiling of your mouth and leave just a little bit of room in between so you can pronounce zhi, chi, shi. Okay, so they are same positions. Cool. So yeah, just give more listening and practice. You will get there, I promise. Next one is for those 3. The first one is z. Okay. Next one, c. So try to pay attention to the beginning of the sounds, because the following is all the same, right? The beginning is c. The next one, s, s, s. And also prepared some English notes for you. Z is similar to the end of beds, beds. And c is similar to the end of cats, cats. C, c, c. And s is the beginning of smart, s. And the position of your tongue. Oops, excuse me. I just click a wrong button and we go over again. Okay, cool. All right, here we are. The position of the tongue is different compared to the other one. We don't curl our tongue back. We put it forward. In the tip of your tongue, place it right behind the bottom teeth. And then the front part, middle front part of your tongue, touching the ceiling, the front ceiling. Right behind your teeth, there's like hard part, right? So that's your front teeth, and behind that you find a very hard, like kind of your bone there, and then it's the ceiling of your mouth, right? So just touch that part of your teeth in the middle of your tongue, and then you can do those sounds. Z, c, s. Cool. So that's it, and that's we all need to learn about the English letter I. There are 3 different sounds. Remember that? And we are ready to go to the next one.